Hi, welcome to the Wisdom Inspired Talks. I am Yomi Akinpelu, your wisdom coach, speaker, teacher, and author of several books. In this video, I will be sharing on 5 money mistakes that keep people poor and so must be avoided at all costs. There are mistakes that I have personally made, and I know several people who have made them. And if you're new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button below for more life-changing content. And with that said, let's dive right in. The truth is that keeping money is a lot harder than making it. It's common to see people who come into wealth through lottery winnings, inheritance, or other windfalls, only to lose it all in a short amount of time. A good example of this is Mike Tyson, the famous boxer, who despite earning over $350 million in his boxing career, ended up filing for bankruptcy in 2003. He was also reported as owing more than $20 million. Apparently, he was not only good at landing blows on his opponents, he was also good at blowing his hard-earned money. Needless to say, many lottery winners go broke after their windfall. Statistics show that over 70% of lottery winners end up broke, and a third go on to declare bankruptcy within 3 to 5 years of their winnings. Crazy spending, toxic investments, poor accounting and taxes can burn through a lucrative windfall in next to no time. Studies found that instead of getting people out of financial trouble, winning the lottery got people into more trouble. The internet is full of stories of rags to riches and then back to rags again. So here is the thing. It doesn't matter how much you make, it's what you keep that matters. If you don't avoid these money mistakes, they can cripple your finances no matter how much you make. So with that said, let's dive into the 5 money mistakes or bad habits that you must avoid at all costs. Money mistake number 1. Buying things you don't need with money you don't have to impress people you don't like. In other words, trying to keep up with the Joneses. Many of us are guilty of this mistake of trying to impress others until we learn to delay gratification, save up for what we truly need and don't care about impressing others, and never overspend out of pressure to impress others. Be it the Joneses in our neighborhood or the Joneses on social media or our social circles. You will only grow financially when you spend less than you earn. You will only be truly rich when you begin and continue to consistently spend less than you earn. Spending all you earn or more than you earn to look good is not real wealth, it's fake rich. Don't spend huge sums of money trying to look rich without actually being rich. You have no business buying an item that is worth over £1,000, which is a liability and not an asset if you earn less than £2,000 a month. You must have a monthly budget. Track your spending, save up for big ticket items, and spend what is left after saving, not save what is left after spending. Spend less than you earn and put away the difference in savings, or better still, in investments. Spending more than you earn is an assumption that you will earn more in the future to cover the shortfall, or that you will always be in employment and would be able to cover the shortfall. If such a person loses just one paycheck, they will be in serious financial trouble. So spending more than you earn, in my opinion, is the number 1 money mistake. Money mistake number 2 is not having a budget or a spending plan. A budget is telling your money where it needs to go every week or every month instead of wondering where it went. If you're like most people, the moment your income is paid into your bank account, you first use it to pay your monthly expenses like your rent, your phone bill, your insurance, utilities, credit card debt, etc. Then after that, you think about how to treat yourself for all the hard work you've done that month. Then if there's anything left, you think about saving or investing. Now that is a bad money habit. It's a big money mistake. The exact opposite is what you should be doing. When your pay goes into your account, you must always pay yourself first. Not the utility company, not the credit card company, not your mortgage. You must pay yourself first. Not even the grocery store. Pay yourself first. Now this concept can be found in the book The Richest Man in Babylon. What you save and invest is for you. What you spend is for others. So your budget must include paying yourself first before paying your other fixed monthly expenses like rent, mortgage, bills, clothing, and other things. If you don't prioritize your savings and investments, you usually end up spending all your income on your lifestyle and wants, and savings gets pushed to the back burner. And also, as your income increases, your expenses tend to increase as well. This is because of something called Parkinson's law or lifestyle inflation. However, if you have a budget and you save a percentage of your income first, then every time your income increases, you save more and you save first upfront. If you don't break that bad habit of not budgeting, you'll be living paycheck to paycheck. The only way to break this bad money habit is to have a budget and to prioritize paying yourself. Pay yourself first, and then you can pay all your other bills. Some people recommend 50 to 30 to 20 ratio. 50% on all your essentials, 20% on your savings, and 30% on discretionary spending. The key thing is to prioritize your savings and then other things after. Now here is the thing. Many people over the years and over their lifetime have handled hundreds of millions, but today they are broke because they did not know how to manage or budget what they had. Don't make that mistake. Money mistake number 3, relying too much on credit cards. Credit cards are a tool which, if used wisely, can be beneficial and convenient to pay bills and everyday expenses, which must then be paid off monthly, just like a monthly bill. When used as a debit card, credit cards can actually be quite beneficial. But if you're overspending or over-relying on them and not able to pay them off completely every month, then it has become problematic. The credit card companies are hoping that you'll be irresponsible with the card so that they can charge you interest, because that's how they make their money. Yep, they profit from your inability to pay your full balance monthly. The average credit card interest is about 15% to 18% in the UK and the USA. And that, as you can see, completely cancels out any reward or benefits that they might offer. The average household in the US that have credit card debt pay about $1,000 yearly in charges. Also, people tend to spend more when using credit cards compared to spending cash. So relying on credit cards is a bad money habit. Basically, a money mistake you must avoid. Credit cards, they are a tool, but only for those who are really disciplined. Most people, unfortunately, are not. Credit cards can be useful, but if you're using them to fund a lifestyle beyond your means, that is a serious money mistake and you're falling into the credit card trap. Money mistake number 4, focusing on savings and not investing. This is a mistake that I have personally made over a long period. I focused more on savings than investing. And there are people who would rather keep all their money in a savings account instead of investing, probably because of the risk associated with investing or because of lack of understanding of how investments work. In most economies, for example in the USA and the UK, the interest rate on saving is close to zero. So any money kept in a savings account is being eroded by inflation and making no interest whatsoever. Basically, it's losing value daily. With inflation at about 2%, if your interest rate is below 2%, your money will be losing value. On the other hand, if you had invested, let's say about 90,000 in a house in 2001, 20 years later, that house is worth over 300,000 right now. If you had saved that 90,000 in the bank at an interest rate of 0.5, you would have less than 100,000. On the other hand, if you had invested that 90,000 in the stock market at a rate of about 8%, you would have close to £500,000 in return. So you can see that it is a money mistake to leave all your money in a savings account. It is recommended that you should save 3 to 6 months living expenses in a bank account plus an emergency fund in your bank account, but then move the rest of your money into investments that would generate a rate of return much higher than inflation and grow your money for the long term. There are various investments which are low risk and some are high risk, of course. The stock market, bonds, premium bonds, treasury bonds, stocks and shares, investment funds, property, all yield better returns in the long term. Some of this might be risky, but you can mitigate the risk without reducing the returns by diversification and investing for the long term. This will almost always guarantee very good and satisfactory returns based on past performance. It is important that you start investing as soon as possible, because the longer you are invested, the longer your money has to grow because of the power of compounding. Money mistake number 5: having only one stream of income. Cash flow can come to a halt at any time due to several reasons. And if you have only one source of income, you will be seriously challenged. But if you have other sources of income from several side hustles, rental income, royalties, businesses, that will definitely go a very long way. If you have only one source of income from an employer and that stops, then you'll be exposed and challenged, because that might force you to get into debt, either credit card debt or, God forbid, loans from loan sharks. This could easily spiral and set you back thousands of pounds or dollars or whatever currency. But if you have other streams coming in from side businesses and other sources, this can create a good flow of income in challenging times. Now, here is the thing: if you cannot survive for 3 months without a paycheck or salary, without having to go into debt and borrow or use your credit card, this is a serious money mistake that you have to avoid and make amends straight away. That is all for the 5 money mistakes. Let us recap once again. Number 1, spending more than you make. Number 2, not budgeting or having a spending plan. Number 3, relying heavily on credit cards. Number 4, saving only and not investing. And number 5, having only one source of income. If you found this video useful, please like, share, and comment below. I would love to read your comments. And please also subscribe. In the coming weeks, I'm going to be sharing another set of 5 money mistakes to avoid at all costs. Until next time, keep on growing in wisdom and maturity. Blow the cap off your capability. Be unstoppable. Be awesome. I'm cheering you on.